Hi there, my name's Diane Wittry, and I'm the conductor of the Garden State Philharmonic. And I have on the call with me today Uli Spieth and Craig Ketter, who are the performers in this virtual concert. Say hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Anyway, we were originally going to do this wonderful chamber concert in March. And then because of the coronavirus, it got postponed, and we were hoping to do it in May. And we're not able to do it for you live, but we are bringing you this wonderful concert in a virtual format. Featured on this concert, we have Amy Beach's Sonata for Violin, Opus 34, and we have Rachmaninoff's Cello Sonata, Opus 19. And we're going to start with Amy Beach's Sonata. And Amy Beach was a really remarkable woman who lived at the turn of the century and was the first woman to have a major symphonic work performed by a major orchestra in the United States. So her Gaelic Symphony was performed in 1896 by the Boston Symphony. And this piece was actually written shortly after that. And it's a wonderful work. And Uli's going to tell us a little bit more about Amy Beach's Sonata for Violin and Piano.
What initially struck me about the piece was when I hadn't heard it, and I played it with a friend of mine, played it through in a friend's house. And what struck me about the piece was the kind of lush sound that it calls for. And it's a kind of a special sound that you don't necessarily find in Mozart or in Stravinsky or in Bach and Mendelssohn. It's a kind of sound that has a depth, but also a broadness to it that is a little bit unique to that time period. And it's something that somehow my violin and myself do very well. And I really took to it. The piece is very virtuosic and very demanding, and it takes a long time to really put it together. But having done that made it really enjoyable for me, and it's a real joy to perform it and to listen to it. I think one of the reasons why it's not done very often is just because it takes so much work to put it together. There are really not a lot of recordings out there. Very interesting, I think, is the form of it. It starts with a typical sonata allegro fast first movement, and then it goes straight into a scherzo. And in the scherzo, Amy Beach breaks away sort of from the Brahms-like or Brahms-inspired first movements type of writing, and goes more into a lightness that you find in Fritz Kreisler's music, and certainly something that was considered modern in her time. And but she's able to do that without breaking the mold of the piece. It all holds together, and then leads into a very romantic, slow movement and a virtuosic finale. So it's a real pleasure playing this piece.
Well, we can't wait to hear it. I think it's a beautiful piece, and I was so excited when you said that you wanted to play it for this chamber music series. Craig, what's it like being a partner with Uli playing this piece?
Well, I've never had actually heard the Amy Beach Violin Sonata before, so it's a brand new piece for me. It's been a real pleasure to get to know this piece, and an even more of a pleasure to work with Uli, who is just a dream to play with, I must say. But I played a few of her vocal works, which are wonderful works if people know her, how she writes to the voice. Just beautiful pieces. And so I'm thinking, oh, this would be a great, nice little piece. And lo and behold, I start to work on it, and it is massive. It is a huge piano part, very thick, very virtuosic, which I guess makes sense, her being such a wonderful pianist as she was in her day. But I remember the first rehearsal that I had with Uli, and it was so easy because he's such a great musician and very easy to play with. I would say it reminds me of the Rachmaninoff, which is also on the program, in the fact that it's very thick in the piano. So one of the hard things to do is to have all the feeling and the emotion, which is hyper romantic in spots, which is wonderful. I absolutely love that. But then you have to be careful. We could have 10, 12, 14 notes, it seems at times, against the one in the violin. So you always have to be able to balance balance that. But I find with Uli, it really wasn't a problem. He's knows how to lead musically and has a great sound. So yeah, it's a great work, and it's been a privilege for me to get to know this piece.
That's fantastic. Yeah, it's really wonderful. And you guys, I'm sure, are going to just wow everybody with your performance of this. You know, the Garden State Philharmonic has been bringing music to people of the Jersey Shore for 60 some years. And I'm excited about the fact that we can now bring music to the world through this virtual concert. And I hope that we'll be able to do a lot more of these. So anyway, let's tune in and enjoy the performance. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.